Every journey, no matter how extraordinary it becomes, begins with a simple decision. A moment when you look at your life and realize that something inside you is calling for more. Not more money, more praise, or more attention, but more purpose. The hunger for purpose is what separates people who live passively from those who live intentionally. Without purpose, days blur into weeks, weeks fade into months, and suddenly years are gone with nothing meaningful to show. But the moment you choose a clear direction, your life shifts. Clarity is power. When you know what you want, everything around you starts to align differently. You stop getting distracted by meaningless noise. You stop wasting time on things that don't push you forward. You start respecting yourself more because you finally have something worth fighting for. A goal is not just a destination, it is a fuel source. It gives energy to your mornings and peace to your nights. Most people wait for inspiration before taking action, but inspiration is unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind. What truly transforms your life is commitment, the kind of commitment that remains unshaken even on the days you're tired, discouraged, or uncertain. When you commit, your brain finds ways to push through challenges. When you hesitate, your brain finds excuses. My journey didn't begin with confidence. It began with doubt, fear, and questions that felt heavier than the opportunities around me. But what I discovered is this: your first step does not need to be perfect. It just needs to happen. You learn while moving. You grow while struggling. You shape your identity through repeated action, not through perfect circumstances. People often underestimate how much power small habits hold. A daily effort, even if it's tiny, compounds over time. Reading 10 pages a day turns into wisdom. Working out 15 minutes a day turns into strength. Saving a small amount each week turns into stability. Talking positively to yourself gradually turns into self-belief. Habits are the quiet architects of your future. And yes, run it, the road gets hard. You will face moments where quitting feels easier than continuing. You will experience days when progress seems invisible. You will question whether your goals are even worth it. But that is where separation happens. Champions are not created in moments of success. They are created in moments of pressure. When everything feels heavy and you still choose to push forward, that is where your true strength is born. Every dreamer faces resistance. Every achiever faces doubt. But only those who remain consistent experience transformation. Consistency beats talent. Consistency beats luck. Consistency even beats intelligence. A consistent beginner will always surpass an inconsistent genius. One of the biggest lessons I learned is that environment matters. If you surround yourself with negativity, you will think negative thoughts. If you surround yourself with average thinkers, you will develop average habits. But when you surround yourself with ambition, discipline, and purpose-driven people, you naturally elevate. Your environment is a silent influence, shaping your destiny without you realizing it. Success is not about speed, it is about direction. A slow climb in the right direction is more powerful than a fast sprint toward nothing. Your journey might be slower than others, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that every step is intentional. Every effort is meaningful, and every day you become a slightly better version of yourself. At the end of the day, your life is built by the choices you make repeatedly. Choose growth instead of comfort. Choose discipline instead of excuses. Choose purpose instead of drifting. When you make those choices consistently, life does not just change. Every journey worth taking comes with weight. Not the kind you see, but the kind you feel. The pressure of expectations, the load of responsibilities, the burden of doubts, and the constant weight of your own fears. Most people try to avoid this weight. They run from difficulty, hide from discomfort, and pretend they don't care about the dreams they once held close. But the truth is simple. The weight you avoid today becomes the regret you carry tomorrow. And the weight you face today becomes the strength you use for the rest of your life. Discipline begins when motivation ends. Anyone can work hard on the days when they feel inspired, excited, or full of energy. But greatness is built on the days when none of those feelings exist. The days when your eyes open and the first thought in your mind is, I don't want to do this. Those are the days that shape you. You may not see their impact immediately, But those small, quiet victories become the backbone of your character. They make you tougher, sharper, and more resilient. People often believe the strongest individuals were simply born that way. They imagine confidence came naturally. Courage was always inside them, and endurance was their gift. But that is far from the truth. Strength is earned, confidence is created, courage is practiced, endurance is developed. Every strong person you admire once doubted themselves. They once questioned their abilities. They once wondered if they were wasting their time. The only difference is this: they continued. They stayed long enough for progress to appear. And progress rarely comes in loud, dramatic ways. It arrives slowly, quietly, like the sunrise, inch by inch. You don't notice it daily, but one morning you wake up and realize you've grown. You react differently. You think differently. You move with more purpose. You handle challenges you once ran from. That subtle transformation is the reward of discipline. You have to understand something important. Life will not wait for you. Days will pass whether you use them or waste them. Every single minute is a vote for the person you want to become. If you choose comfort, you strengthen your weaknesses. If you choose discipline, you weaken your excuses. It is not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would be successful. It is hard because greatness demands effort. It is challenging because growth happens only through resistance. Diamonds are created under pressure. Muscles grow through resistance. Trees develop deep roots through storms. And humans become extraordinary through struggle. But do not confuse struggle with defeat. Just because something is difficult does not mean you are failing. Difficulty means you are on the correct path. The path where transformation happens. If life feels heavy, it is because you are lifting something that can make you stronger. There will be days when your mind tries to convince you to quit. It will remind you of your past mistakes. It will whisper that you're not capable. It will replay every failure, every doubt, every insecurity. But that voice inside your head is not the truth. It is fear pretending to be logic. And you must learn to silence it with action. Action is the antidote to doubt. Every step you take reduces fear. Every small win improves confidence. Every moment of discipline strengthens your spirit. And remember, you do not need to be perfect. You only need to be committed. Even slow progress is still progress. Even tiny effort is still effort. Even one step forward is better than standing still. Consistency beats intensity. Slow growth beats no growth. Protect your mind. Surround yourself with people who push you to rise, not those who pull you down. Some people fear your growth because it exposes their laziness. Some criticize your dreams because they gave up on their own. Do not let their limitations become your limitations. You owe yourself a life that feels meaningful, a life where you don't apologize for wanting more, a life where you fight for your dreams with strength, patience, and discipline. The weight you carry today is shaping a version of you that will one day inspire others. So keep going, keep lifting, keep pushing, keep becoming.